Hello, welcome to Chatting with Maxie. Thanks for pushing play. If you're a newbie, I appreciate you taking the chance on listening and checking this out. If you're a return chatter, I love that little name I gave you all, the return chatters. Hey, thanks for coming back, and I hope that everyone enjoys tonight. My hope is always that at the end of this, you are encouraged and you've chuckled a little bit and you're just filled with a little more hope than when you pushed play, right? I'm Maxetta, and I am trying to be obedient to the Lord. I knew that I wanted to do this YouTube channel. I've wanted to do it for quite some time. I just finally decided, do it. Do the thing and do it afraid. So I've been doing that and learning along the way. Learning with backgrounds, learning with editing, learning with publishing, learning with so much. Even my vocabulary, I'm trying really hard to eliminate the word umdy-dum-dum. So just know I'm a work in progress, okay? But I did warn you on the first video that I'm very much me. I'm real, authentic Maxetta. So this is what you're going to get, though I'm trying to improve in some areas. With that being said, I did ask some friends to listen to both the YouTube and the podcast and give me some honest feedback, even if it's critical. I just want to get better and do the very best I can at this while staying true to me. They did so and are still doing so. Some of them are still getting feedback to me, and I appreciate it so much. I have one faithful friend. She's awesome. Like, she even, if I don't upload, like I miss a week, she'll send me a text like, hey, where you at? Couldn't find you. She's given me some great feedback that I needed. And I just appreciate it so much. So much. So thanks for being on this journey with me. Let's do it together. Right on? All right, y'all. I have to tell you this. I love memes on Facebook. They crack me up. I mean, I can hysterically laugh at them for hours upon hours. So I saw one, I think it was last week, and it's Larissa Cook. She posted it. She used to be Squires. It was hilarious. I mean, I thought it was. Now, I was reading it during a little dinner time with my husband. Now, hold on. Normally, we put our phones away, but we had been together all day. We had communicated, connected. Like, I wasn't taking any time away from him by playing on my phone a little bit. He was doing the same. Okay. Anyway, she posted... she posted this meme that said, Morgan Wallen sings about, I can't love you more than my hometown. And she said, she's from Birch River. She doesn't live there now, but that's where she grew up. She said, imagine saying, I can't love you more than Birch River, West Virginia. See, I don't know why. I think it's hilarious. Like, you could plug any little county in there. Like, or little town or little area. Like, I'm from Bolaire. I can't imagine, like, when I met Chris, like, Chris, buddy, I can't love you more than Bolaire. But I do love Bolaire. And I did get him to move from Cowan to Bolaire. But anyways, you know, you can plug any little town in there. I'm just thinking of Webster County's little town. I can't love you more than Diana, West Virginia. I can't love you more than Burgoo. Just, that's funny. Like, you gotta laugh at that stuff. But honestly, we were in the restaurant and I, like, laughed out loud, literally laughed. I thought it was hilarious. Now, Chris, he was like, oh, yeah, that's cute. He didn't quite find the humor in it like I did, but that's okay. That's his loss. That's okay. So I had to share that with you all. Because I thought it was funny. I can't love you more than my hometown. I can't love you more than Birch River. Shoot. All right, so if you've been following me on any of my social media, you know about the nosebleed sagas. How people say, why do you put that out there? Well, because I don't know why. It's light, and, you know, there's so much harsh stuff on social media. If somebody can laugh at my nose springing a leak, bring it on. Let's do it. So I've been getting random nosebleeds for the last couple weeks. And, I mean, when it bleeds, it bleeds. It's, it's really something. Anyways, a few years ago, this happened, and I had to go to an ENT, and he had to cauterize a vessel. And I think that's probably what's going on now. And yes, I went to my doctor this morning. We're getting the referral. We're going for it. But listen, the other night I had to go to the ER. Again, I told this story on my other socials, but I had to go to the ER. Now, it wasn't like a life-threatening emergency, but this sucker had bled almost 3 hours. And I had to work the next day. So I was like, I have to work. And I had to go to Charleston. I wasn't in my regular office. Well, you can't go down there just bleeding and with toilet tissue sticking out your nose. I mean, something had to be done. So I went over there, and Lori and Debbie took good care of me. The little doctor, I woke her up. I didn't mean to, but I had to work the next day. And anyways, we got it stopped while I was in the ER. Drove about 2 miles away. Boom, she started again. Well, I was aggravated. I was tired, very tired. So I come home. It was like 4 in the morning. I had to get up at 7. No, at 7:30. I mean, let's just be honest. So I just got a tampon that I found and just stuck it up in there. I mean, just stuck it up in there and went to bed. I was tired. It did the job. But the next day, when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, is my nostril, like, did it stretch it out? Will it snap back? I was concerned, but I think, I'm not going to start looking at it right now, but I think she went back to normal. So, it's all right. It's going to be okay. It's more of an annoyance than anything else, but we're getting to the other side of it. We're getting to the other side of it. I do have notes. I made a little outline. Trying to be a little more organized. I don't know how long that's going to work, but I'm giving it a whirl. Oh, yeah. I told you I had to go to Charleston Monday for work. Everybody knows I'm a small town girl. I do okay driving there. That part doesn't bother me. Now, yes, did I miss where I was supposed to park twice? I sure did. I just circled around. You do the square, you get back. It was fine. I was leaving, and I had to park in the parking garage. Well, we have to have our badge to get in and out, and I did. I got in. But listen, when I was going back out, it didn't have like the little square like pad, that you put your little badge up to, and it turns from red to green. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I pushed what I saw, and I thought, no, that didn't work. Shook the door again. No, that didn't work. I was like, I don't know what to do. So here I am. Now, my badge, it just hangs to like right here. So I'm just putting it up against whatever. And finally I hit something and it let me in. And there stood the garage attendant. He was busting a gut. I said, well, buddy, yeah, I mean, you could have come over and gave a girl a hand. But, he had a good laugh. Laughter's good medicine. It's fine. Chances are I won't see him again for another 3 months, and my hope is he'll forget me by that time. It's all right, though. It's okay. Whatever. It's okay. All right, let me share a little something with you. Bam! I have CC cream, and ba-bam, a brush. Now, I bought the CC cream, and the brush came for free. Well, it wasn't free, but it came with it because I went through a phase that I was going to start wearing foundation because my natural blush here was getting a little too intense. I've had these for a month, and I haven't even opened the boxes to see what they look like. I don't know. I don't know who I was trying to be when I ordered that. I even got a beauty blender thing from Walmart. In my day, it's been so long since I've worn makeup, which literally was high school. Oh, no. I know, it was when I was courting Chris, when we were dating, probably about a year after. I don't know, it's been a long time. I used the white sponge, or the wedge sponge and put it on. But I'm going to tell you what led to that. If you know me, at this point, I'm pretty secure and pretty confident in myself. I don't say that to be arrogant. No. I just spent many, many years listening to the opinions of others, people often had a problem with the size of my body. And so they would chirp that, and I'd let it go in here, and then before I knew it, it was in here and in here. So I'm over that now. Side note, I know I'm not discussing like the health issues, okay? That will be another YouTube. I actually have one of those planned. But anyways, I'm talking about like physical looks right now. And so I didn't really give much thought to the old looks. I mean, I try to keep the brows groomed and, you know, other places, whatever. And I call it good. You know, I'm clean. Oh, I did get an ice roller, and I like that because I have a little puffiness. But really, I think that's I just like it. It feels good. I don't know if it does anything. But, you know, when people were sharing these YouTube videos, which I really do appreciate, and keep doing it. Like, please, you know, keep doing it. But I kept seeing, like, my face all over social media. And what happened? You know. If you're a woman, you know where I'm going with this. Gosh, I started noticing, like, man, the red's really flaring up. And I think on one of my videos, I even put on there, you know, red cheeks and all. I'm not embarrassed by my red cheeks. They're part of who I am and part of the design. And again, those that wear makeup, it's okay. See, it's an and. If you want to wear makeup, wonderful. Wear it. Yes, go ahead. You want to have work done? Go ahead. If you don't want to, and you don't want to wear makeup, go ahead. Both people have a purpose and are still needed in the kingdom of God. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. For me, I'm just saying, when I saw my face plastered all over the place, I was like, well, girl's got to get a little, I need to even her out a little, you know. And I bought it. So, I mean, I got it. It was on sale. Trust me, it was on sale. And I had a coupon then for being like a first-time buyer. Because I wasn't going to pay normal price for that. No, ma'am. No, sir. Anyways, I got it. And I thought, I need to start wearing that. And I am going to try it. And I probably will start wearing it some. But I had to have a little heart-to-heart with myself. I was like, hold on, Maxetta. Don't talk to yourself. I recommend it. Anyways, I was like, let's do a little evaluation. Why are we doing this? For other people or for you? And so I had to do a little evaluation. Come on back. I was like, it's okay. Either way, it's fine. If I wear it, it's fine. If I don't wear it, it's fine. It's okay. Either way. All right. That wasn't in my notes, but those boxes were laying here, and I thought I'd share that. Do a little confession. Even I fell into the trap, you know, of like comparison or, oh, I'm not good enough. It happens. Even, you know, it happens. But I recognized it. Thank God. I recognized it, reined it in. I don't know why I do the fishing pole when I say reined it. I don't know, because I'm reeling in a fish, I guess. But I got it in, regrouped, and I realized if I want to do it, there's nothing wrong with it. If I don't, there's nothing wrong with it. Good to go there. Well, that was a side note. Listen, I have to show y'all something. Then I'll get to the devotional. I promise. I know we're at 13 minutes. Listen, I got my AT&T bag. Yes, I did upgrade my phone. It was my turn. Y'all, I can't. I mean, I'm so happy. Look at this mini mic. Stop it right now. Is that not the cutest thing you ever did see? And if I can find it, it has like the little, oh, here it is. It has like the little topper that goes on it. I mean, I cannot, I think it's hilarious. I can't get it on at this moment, but wait till I get this baby working. I love a mini mic, but I got it. I have to get an adapter for it to fit in my phone. Don't you worry though, I'm getting one, and such fun I'll have. I'm going to try to like interview people out and about just randomly and ask them fun questions if they'll cooperate, because I think it's a blast. I love a mini mic. I do. Okay, let's go. So you guys can, sometimes you'll hear me in some of my posts talk about joy and talk about hope. Those are two very important, very, very important things to me. So there's a couple ways I wanted to go about this thought and sharing this thought, I guess. So we'll see where this takes us. Often, if you've been around me very much, you'll know, often I say, it's going to be okay. 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 Let me explain to you what I mean when I say that. When I'm saying it's going to be okay when the current situation is not okay, when the current circumstances are not okay. To me, when I hear the words, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, it reminds me, and it, to me, highlights hope. That there's some hope somewhere. We might not be able to see it at the moment. We certainly may not feel it at the moment. It might be through tears. It might be through anger. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So often I tell myself that. I tell other people that. I have learned to read the room a little better. Sometimes I don't say it. Just in my mind, I'm thinking, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Because to me, that's a reminder that there's hope present. There is still hope present. We've been faced with many difficulties, as most of you all listening have. The past couple weeks, we've had some more mass shootings. I don't know why those hit me so hard, but they do. I'm a very deep feeler, I guess. And when I love real hard. And so when those things take place, it's a lot. Now listen, it's a lot for me, and I didn't know anybody personally. So imagine the people that know people involved. And my heart just hurts. It hurts for the state of the country sometimes, and how people fuss and divide over things like politics or policies, and just things that, golly, they just divide. Oh, goodness. Anyways, not getting on that topic, but I have to remind myself, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Now, does it look like it? No. No, it doesn't look like it. But when I say that, it's going to be okay, that reminds me there is still hope. There is still hope. Even in the midst of pain, I believe pain has a purpose. In the midst of deep grief, loss, and it doesn't have to just be physical loss like death. I mean, loss of jobs or relationships or anything. Any type of loss, they're hard. And to stand in the middle of that and say, it's going to be okay, well, that's hard. But I'm going to tell you, for me, that is a trigger to myself. And that statement, to me, represents hope. There's still hope. There's still hope. I'm not among the hopeless. I will be a prisoner of hope. There is still hope. I don't know the beginning from the end, but God does. So I'm going to put my hope in Him. My trust is in Him. It's going to be okay. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to look like it did before whatever the occurrence or the problem or the situation was. It doesn't mean that it's going to be okay overnight. It doesn't mean that the hurt didn't happen or it's not real. It doesn't discredit, or it doesn't eliminate, the situation or the hurt or the frustration or the anger. It's not that saying that statement doesn't mean that it didn't occur. What it means is, okay, there's still hope. There's still hope. My God works things out for good. I love Him. I'm called according to His purpose. So He's going to work what the enemy meant for harm out for good for me. So it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Tied with hope for me is joy. Now, you'll hear me often say, oh, I'm guarding my joy. I'm not going to let it steal my joy. I'm keeping my joy stirred up. For me, joy is the first line of defense, right? For me. And I'll tell you, this little book right here, it's going to be backwards to you. I don't know how to do all that, like turn it around. I don't know. It says, if Satan, because suddenly I can talk, if Satan can't steal your joy, he can't have your goods. He can't keep your goods. It's by Jerry Savelle. It's an older book, but man, it's a quick read. That's how I like it. It's a short, small, mini book. It's a quick read. It's a powerful read. I recommend you get it. But one thing he said in here that I liked so much, he said, if you're sitting on your couch and a thief, a robber, let's call him, comes through your door and goes in and starts to steal your refrigerator, you're not just going to sit on the couch and be like, help yourself, go ahead and take it on out. No, you're going to fight against the thief. You're going to call 911. You're going to try to prevent that from happening, right? It's the same way with our joy. We can't just sit there and let the enemy, remember, when I talk about the enemy, I'm referring to Satan or the devil, but the enemy, he's our opposition. When the enemy tries to steal my joy, put your dukes up. Put your dukes up. Don't let him steal your joy. Do not. Let me tell you why. In Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10, Nehemiah is in the Old Testament. The last line of that verse says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Let's go. The joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. So when I keep that joy stirred up and I keep it protected, I guard it, that's my strength that's coming from the Lord in me. And I don't know about y'all, but I got to have it. I can't walk through this life on my own or left to my own vices, because that will be destructive and not turn out well. The joy of the Lord is my strength. That joy of the Lord gives me that hope in him. That means, again, it doesn't mean that the hurt isn't there, that the problem doesn't exist, that what they did is right. No. It means that I'm putting my trust in the Lord. He knows more than I do. I'm putting my trust in him to help me navigate whatever the situation is. I'm keeping my joy stirred up so that I'm strong in this situation. Because if I don't, if you know me personally, you'll know this about me. But if we're not super close, you may not know. If I don't keep my joy stirred up, the joy of the Lord is my strength. If I don't keep my hope built up in the Lord, that he's working things out. He is working things out for my good, right? And his glory. If I don't do those things, I will drown in heaviness and worry and sorrow and fear and doubt and worst case scenarios. I'd just be a mess. But you see, I learned a long time ago, I don't want to live that way. It's too heavy. It's too much. It takes too much work. There's no peace in it. No, ma'am. No, sir. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I will keep that stirred up and I will guard it. It's going to be okay, meaning there's still hope present. No matter what the circumstances look like, what the hurt is, whatever's going on, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We serve a God of hope, right? Some way, somehow, we're going to get through it, get to the other side, okay? So I would encourage you, I hope that makes sense. If not, you can leave some comments or you can message me, guys, anytime. I don't check my messages every single day. I try to set some boundaries on social media because, well, I'm on there too much sometimes. So, but I will get to it. I'll eventually check them. I had to turn my notifications off because it just kept me. I'm like a kid at Christmas. If there's a wrapped present, I'm going to shake it. I'm probably going to try to untape it and peek. So I had to turn my notifications off so I wouldn't keep checking messages, and instead I need to just have a designated time for that. But listen, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Now remember, I'm going to throw this at you and then I'll let you go. The joy of the Lord doesn't mean like you're happy all the time. Happy, joy. No, the joy of the Lord is trusting in the Lord. Putting your trust in Him. The joy of the Lord isn't negating whatever has happened, but it's giving you the strength to get through it. To get through it with some peace and some calmness. And for me, I have to choose joy. Like, I have to choose it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll get mad or angry, and eventually I'll be like, whoo, hold up, Maxie, let's choose some joy here. Sometimes I don't until I've already reacted in a way that I wish I wouldn't have, right? None of us are perfect, thank God for grace. But and you'll hear me say it, choose joy. Let's choose joy. Let's go ahead and choose some joy. And when you begin to intentionally choose that joy, you feel your strength build up, because it's the joy of the Lord is my strength. It's my strength, right? You get yourself built up in that, the joy of the Lord. And before you know it, you feel a little lighter. Feel like, okay, I can take a deep breath. Feel a little more the peace of God, your blood pressure starts to come down a little bit. You get a little stronger. And, like faith, I often compare it as a muscle. The more you work out, the bigger your muscle's going to be. It's like that with joy. The more you start training yourself, let's choose joy. Let's choose joy. Let's choose joy. One, it will come easier and quicker, and it will be bigger. Before you know it, you will be laughing. Sometimes through tears, through hurt, through anger, through loss. Sometimes you may not laugh through it. Nope. But you'll get through it, because the joy of the Lord is your strength. So you guard that joy just like you would guard your refrigerator if somebody's trying to break in to get it. So I hope that encourages you. I feel like it was kind of all over the place. If it was and you need more clarification, shoot me a message or comment on the videos. That's fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. I'll tell you this little funny. I'll let you go. I've went over my time. I have a sweatshirt and it says, great big, choose joy. It's great big in white letters. You can't get away from it. I wore it to a ball game. It's been a few years ago. It's one of my favorite sweatshirts. It fits me in the arms. That's a rarity. And I was getting worked up about something. The only thing I can figure is the only reason I ever got like really worked up if there were personal attacks towards my kids, not just regular old yelling stuff, but like personal attacks. Well, by golly, I was getting riled up. I could feel myself just bubbling up. I was ready to go. Let's go. Mama Bear was out in full force. And then I glanced down there. I am wearing that Choose Joy. You can't rumble in a Choose Joy sweatshirt. I'm not a rumbler anyways, but I thought that was funny, and I even giggled. And I can remember telling Chris, like, I got to take his shirt off or something. I can't yell what I want to yell with this shirt on. I did not take it off. I regrouped and I chose joy. Okay. So, yeah, I hope you're encouraged, and it's going to be okay, whatever you're going through. It may not feel like the other side is anywhere close, but it's closer than it was. You're going to get there. It's going to be okay. Stay full of hope, and stir up your joy. It is your strength. Stir up your joy. Thank you so much. Y'all, it means the world to me when you share this with your friends, when you send me messages, when you comment. When I started this, I thought 1 or 2 people may watch it, and that being like Amy and Emily and I don't know, my husband. So I just want you to know I do appreciate your encouragement and support. It really means a lot to me. I'm doing a couple things. This YouTube channel is more of, I tell some silly stories and I share a devotional with you. I've started, you heard it, didn't you? I've started a podcast. It's called Come Talk With Me. It's on Spotify and Apple. It releases on Mondays, the YouTube channel on Wednesdays. podcast Mondays, YouTube Wednesdays. The podcast is, did it again. I try to interview a guest. That's always my goal. I have a huge list of them. I've contacted tons of people. I love it because I do believe everyone has a story and we can learn from each other. And so I like to interview other people and hear their story. I just believe we learn from each other. And so I love to hear people's stories. I love to hear past, present, and what they're hoping for in the future, right? So, anyways, I think I've released 4 or 5 episodes of it. If you haven't listened to it, I would really love for you to give me any feedback. And I also appreciate any good reviews because that helps boost the podcast. And I also share some stories on the podcast, just my own stories, and I hope to do that more. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think. Thank you, guys. Let's go out there, keep our joy stirred up. Remember, do good, do truth, do right, do good, do truth. I don't care what order you do them in, just do them. Good, right, truth. All right, guys. Thank you all so much.